Flowing with life. A quiet coffee reflection. A quiet beginning. There is a kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. It comes from trying too hard. From pushing when the current is already strong. From forcing life to move faster than it wants to. This is not a story about success, or failure, or how to control your future. This is a quiet reflection about learning to flow with life. One cup of coffee, one slow breath, and the courage to stop fighting the current. Life under pressure. In Vietnam, making a living is unavoidable. From early mornings to late evenings, people work hard, often harder than they admit. We are taught to endure, to push through, to keep going. And somewhere along the way, we begin to believe that if we stop pushing, everything will fall apart. But what if that belief is what's exhausting us? What if the problem is not that we aren't strong enough, but we are fighting in the wrong direction? The illusion of control. There was a time when I believed that effort alone could solve everything. If I worked harder, planned better, pushed longer, life would eventually cooperate. But life doesn't respond well to force. The more we try to control everything, people, outcomes, timing, the more tense we become. Control promises safety, but often delivers anxiety. Laozi once said, "Nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished." And still, we hurry. A simple scene. One evening, after a long day, I stopped at a small coffee stall. No music, no rush, just steam rising from a cup. Nearby, a narrow canal moved quietly past the street. The water didn't argue with the concrete banks. It didn't complain about obstacles. It simply flowed. That moment stayed with me, because the water looked unburdened. Wei. Not doing anything in Taoist philosophy. There is a concept called Wu Wei. It is often misunderstood as doing nothing. But Wu Wei does not mean passivity. It means not forcing what resists, not pushing against the natural order, not exhausting yourself trying to control what cannot be controlled. It is an action without struggle, like water, always moving, never violent. Between making a living and peace. Most of us are not monks. We have bills to pay, families to support, responsibilities that do not disappear. Just because we choose calm. Flowing with life does not mean abandoning ambition. It means knowing when effort is honest and when it becomes self-betrayal. Some people do not burn out because they work too much, but because they resist too long. They push against realities that ask for acceptance. And acceptance is not surrender. It is clarity. A quiet shift. When we stop fighting the current, something subtle changes. We still work, but without desperation. We still plan, but without panic. We still care, but without clinging. Life may not become easier, but it becomes lighter. And lightness is often the beginning of peace. This reflection is not asking you to slow down completely. It is asking you to notice where you are forcing. Where are you tightening instead of listening? Where life might be inviting you to soften, not quit. Tonight, with your next cup of coffee, sit quietly. Watch the steam rise. Feel your breath. And ask yourself, what am I fighting that no longer needs resistance? Flowing with life doesn't slow you down. It keeps you from getting lost. One cup of coffee, one pace that is just enough, and a life that no longer needs to be forced. Stories over coffee.